In a small hotel room in New York City, an old man died, completely alone. No family beside him, no fame in the room, just a few pigeons that used to visit him on the windowsill. The newspapers barely mentioned his name the next day. And yet, without him, none of those newspapers would have had electric lights to print under. Decades earlier, that same man had arrived in America with almost nothing. His name was Nikola Tesla, born in a small village in what is now Croatia, the son of a priest. From childhood, his mind worked differently than everyone around him. He could memorize entire books and picture complex machines in his head, fully built, before ever touching a tool. In 1884, Tesla stepped off a ship in New York. He had 4 cents in his pocket, a letter of introduction, and an idea he believed could change the world. The letter was addressed to one of the most famous inventors alive, Thomas Edison. Edison hired Tesla to fix and improve his power generators. It should have been the start of a partnership between two brilliant minds. Instead, it became the start of a war. Edison's empire was built on direct current, a system that worked, but only across short distances. Tesla believed in alternating current, a system that could send electricity much farther, much more efficiently. Edison wasn't interested. His fortune depended on direct current winning. After only a few months, Tesla left over an unpaid bonus he was promised. The relationship was over. Tesla had no company, no backing, no income. For a while, he was reduced to digging ditches in New York just to survive. But his idea didn't die in that ditch. Eventually, Tesla found a backer who believed in alternating current, an industrialist named George Westinghouse. Together, they set out to prove that AC wasn't just possible, it was better. Edison did not take this quietly. He launched a public campaign to convince Americans that alternating current was deadly. Newspapers ran his warnings. Every accident involving AC power was used as proof that Tesla's system would kill people. Then came 1893, the Chicago World's Fair. Westinghouse and Tesla won the contract to light the entire fairground. Hundreds of thousands of light bulbs, all running on alternating current. At night, the fair glowed like nothing anyone had ever seen, and it worked perfectly. Soon after, Tesla's AC system was chosen to harness the power of Niagara Falls itself. Electricity could now travel for miles without losing its strength. Direct current simply couldn't compete. The war was over. Alternating current had won. You'd think this victory would have made Tesla rich and comfortable for the rest of his life. For a while it did. He built towering laboratories. He generated electrical arcs, powerful enough to light up the sky for miles around. But comfort was never really what drove him. His next obsession was bigger than anything he'd built before. He wanted to transmit electricity, and even information, through the air itself. No wires, no cables, free energy, available anywhere on Earth. He built an enormous tower on Long Island to make it happen. He called it Wardenclyffe. The project devoured money faster than Tesla could raise it. His backers grew nervous. Some quietly worried that free electricity for everyone wasn't exactly a business model investors wanted to fund. One by one, they pulled out. Tesla couldn't pay his debts. The land was foreclosed. The tower itself was eventually torn down and sold for scrap, just to cover what he owed. From there, his life grew quieter and stranger. He moved between hotel rooms, often unable to pay rent on time. He grew deeply attached to the pigeons in New York's parks, feeding them by hand, sometimes for hours at a time. His ideas grew bigger and more ambitious. Wireless communication across oceans, energy harvested directly from the atmosphere. The public that once marveled at his inventions started to see him differently. Less of a genius, more of an eccentric old man chasing impossible ideas. He had over 700 patents to his name. And still, he ended his life with almost none of Edison's wealth. On January 7, 1943, Tesla was found dead in his hotel room, alone, just as he had lived for years. His obituary barely mentioned his greatest achievements. Instead, it focused on his strange later ideas, hinting that perhaps he'd lost his way. But look at any city tonight. Every light that glows, every wire carrying power for miles without losing its strength, all of it runs on the system he fought for. The world adopted his invention completely. It simply forgot for a while to remember his name. Edison built a legacy in his own lifetime. Tesla built the grid the world still runs on and walked away with almost nothing for it. Sometimes the person who changes everything isn't the one who gets remembered first. They're just the one the world eventually can't run without.